Hey, hello, it's me. It was a big day today. Lots of stuff got done. We added a whole bunch of features into the game that I think is so much better to just show you rather than walk you all through them. Mostly because I'm really tired. It's been a big day and been a big week, but yeah, really happy with how everything shaped up, and yeah, it's all starting to come together. You know, it's really hard to look at the game and not just see all the flaws, but you know, it's really starting to feel like something. You know, it's really starting to feel like it's come together. So I'll leave you with a video of the game, how it's being played at the moment. You may not be able to pick up on all the features that have been added and all the changes that have been made, but needless to say, if you've seen footage of the game before, hopefully it's looking a lot more polished and a lot more cohesive. So thanks very much for watching. If you want to see more of this stuff and you want to just support what I'm doing, check out the link to my Patreon below, and I greatly appreciate any support you can give. Until next week on Monday, I will see you then. Alrighty, so here we have our main character moving around doing his thing. And the first thing you might notice if you've seen the game before is just we have some free camera control. I walked through this a little bit yesterday, but now the character will actually, Dave, our main little robot character here, will turn around to face the way the camera is heading, and it's all just feeling a lot more natural. Like, these are the sorts of things that you just take for granted working in games, but as you're going from like a prototype, just proving things work, to something that feels a bit more polished, stuff like this makes a big difference. We're using some cool stuff from a crate called Dolly that lets us get some nice like smoothing and stuff going on with the camera that really makes a big difference. Quite happy with how that's turned out. The other big thing that got done today is a big improvement to the lighting. A little bit later on, we'll see what that looks like as the sky begins to change and we get to see some nice sunrises and sunsets. But already just the sunlight color as it's being applied to objects in the world, just in my opinion, just looks so much better, so much more consistent, and really letting all the colors pop and look nice and bright. Here, what I'm doing is just my normal test that I do every time that I play the game, which is manufacturing a paperclip. So if you're not unfamiliar with how the game works, the game is an automation game in the same vein as what you might see in a Satisfactory or a Factorio. But the main twist is that you can't actually operate on anything yourself. You can't manipulate anything in the world. You're playing this robot AI who's been sent from the far future back in time to produce paperclips here in Iceland for your robot overlords. And the way you do that is you brainwash these little guys into doing your bidding. And so as you can see at the start of the game, that process is, you know, slightly tedious. You're issuing these like very small and discrete commands like walk here, chop this down, pick this up. But as the game begins to progress, you can chain more commands together. So you can say walk here and do this. And I think I demonstrate that a little bit in a little bit. And then as the game progresses even further, you can actually record like whole lists of these commands and replay them to the Vikings so that we can get some automation going. You know, you have like a normal crafting system as you get from like very similar games. You know, here we start out by chopping down wood and gathering some clay that we produce to make a little clay furnace that you can see over there. And with that, we can start to add wood to it and smelt some iron, giving us some iron slag that we then use to build an anvil, which will eventually build out our paperclip. One of the features I really want to start adding to the game soon is going to be like visualizing this tech tree, like visualizing the all of the crafting options that we have. But you know, one step at a time, we can get that stuff going. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is just very, you know, the normal things that you get at the start of these games. They always make you do some like pretty laborious stuff. Here I'm struggling with some of the selection things, picking up things in the right way. I forgot that I can't just directly insert iron ore into my anvil and hope that works. I do actually have to smelt it first, unfortunately. But yeah, like the idea here is that we want to like make the initial thing like pretty tedious so that you're more motivated to then go, hey, God, if only there was some way to automate this. And so initially we don't really, we force you to do everything very slowly and by hand, but over time with our milestones, you can unlock some more research to be able to get some of those upgrades that I'd mentioned before, like being able to chain out multiple commands or even recording a whole list of commands that you can issue to Vikings. And so milestones are all based on the amount of paperclips that you can produce. So you can see in the top right hand corner, the current milestone, the first one, is just produce a single paperclip, after which you can do the multi-command trick, which is pretty helpful. Just as a note, you can see the scene turning really red here. That's because of the sunset. So the sun magically rotates all the way back around as soon as it sets. So you can see the nice sunrise here, but I don't know. I really love how that nice warm golden hour color makes the scene look, and being able to see the sun rise and set on the horizon is really cool, which is the big thing Dan did today, adding in that skybox. So we're still going here. This poor little guy is still walking around, you know, being forced by some like robotic evil contraption from the future to produce a paperclip without any really understanding of what a paperclip is. We can see his name is Beyond the Very Hairy, coming up with these like little things to add for the Vikings has been a lot of fun. But he's just about done. He's produced his first paperclip. We're gonna walk over to the place where we deposit our paperclips. Very entertainingly named the paperclip pit. He's gonna insert that in there. We're gonna submit the paperclips, and we can see our milestones done. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.